mess in this attic. Lot going on, but there ain't no need to panic.
Yo, it's Lee. I'm a photographer. Welcome to Talking the Attic. Talking the Attic. Welcome to Talking the Attic.
Okay, let's run it back.
Let's run it back. Punch me in 30 times.
It's a mess in this attic. Lot going on, but there ain't no need to panic.
Yo, it's Lee. Welcome to Talking the Attic, and we're gonna talk about photography. You're gonna tag along on a shoot and bullshit and conversation. Let's start the show.
I'm gonna go hard if I want. I might just do what I please. Never had no time to front. Fuck around and do this with ease. Step on the scene and they see me. I know that they wanna be me. They think that they can just beat me. I swear that they must be dreaming.
Sagittarius, I can go blow for blow. You know?
Are you into astrology?
No, my ex-girlfriend got me into it.
Oh shit.
So like, I mean,
you know it all.
I know enough. Like my ex got me.
What's up, Lee?
What's up, dude?
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Who am I talking with here?
So, I mean, you know me.
I do.
But
I don't though. Let's be real. Okay, I know you from when you were a kid. You were 20. You weren't even able to really 10 bar yet.
I think I was like 19 when I first met you. But no, my name's Leandro LARA, photographer, film, digital, and whatnot. You know, just I do other things as well, but I mainly do photography.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands. But
Here, actually, before we even get started, just to ease the tension, I brought some percussion instruments.
Okay.
Sometimes it's fun just to get the. This is a fun one.
Just get the jitters out. Yo.
If you ever need to know what to do with your hands, don't do that because it's gonna be bad for audio. But
yeah,
you know,
don't do that.
But you have you always been into? When did you get into photography? Because when I knew you, I just we knew each other kind of like you were working and we were hanging out and talking, but you weren't into photography then. I don't think.
So I mean, technically, like in high school. This is like my origin story, right?
Yeah.
I went to a program called WMCAT. And that they turned me on to like black and white film photography. That's when I first started. 15 years old, went to the program, learned about the dark room, learned about black and white, made pinhole cameras. Shout out to Dennis Grants, great teacher. And then I like as the years went on, or like the semesters went on, because they went on a semester base, right?
So were you going to that through your high school? Some program?
Yeah. So I got introduced to that when I was in 8th grade, going into high school. So that's right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, something like that.
So like I went through like these other programs, did like graphic design, skateboard design, and all that stuff. And then I went back to photography, but this time it was digital. I still didn't know what I really wanted to do with it, but I got more intrigued with it. Like learning the darkroom was fun. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. It's dope. But then turned into digital, and it was just like taking like bullshit photos of like the street or some broken glass, or trying to be on my artsy situation, right? Didn't even know what like fully what photography like really meant.
And by the way, that only means what it means to you anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I learned that as life went on. And then when I met you, it was like right around the time when I was kind of like figuring it out still a little bit, but I knew that I wanted to do photography somehow, some way, but I didn't know what route I wanted to take with it.
Right.
So like, I mean, I think when I first started, like when I first had the camera that I bought myself, with like a couple paychecks from the bar,
What was your first
setup?
Rig, yeah.
Oh, dude, my first setup was a Canon T3i, like Canon Rebel T3i.
That's a good camera.
It's a good camera. Yeah. It's a good starter.
But it's a point and
sure.
shoot though.
It's basically like, you know what I mean? It's just like a standard, like, get yourself like acclimated to it and whatnot.
But it still has an E-mount that you can swap out lenses and all that.
Yeah, you can still do all that stuff. But was shooting on that for like, I think it was like a stock lens that I had too. Like I was just getting lenses. Like I got like a zoom lens, didn't use it. Sold it, and then I got like another stock lens, didn't use it that much. And then I got a 50, still have that 50, but so now I was using that camera from like 18, 19 to like probably 23, 24. I don't even remember, to be honest. But
what was the like appeal? I think I would know the answer to this. But I want to establish it now because when we get down to it later, you ultimately kind of went back to film at least sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but was it the workload for film is a lot higher, a lot more expensive, a lot more time consuming to get gratification.
Yeah.
So was that kind of the appeal that you could see like instantly like what the shot looked like right away? Was that the appeal or what was it?
To go back into film?
I don't know why digital. Why was digital first kind of?
It was easier.
Yeah.
In a way, it's not easy, but it's like it's just something. It's quick.
You can see like your output right away.
Yeah. Like I think like it was fun. I still do it. I still do digital photography, but digital photography, for me personally, I kind of got a little bored of it, and like as a photographer, I kind of like as a person, I guess I kind of go quick with it, and that's what I was taught.
Yeah,
because I was doing digital for so long, and then people needed stuff fast. And the people that I was working with needed stuff either the next day or by the end of the week or something like that.
Yeah, you can't live in the dark room.
You can't, what I mean? Like, I can live in the dark room. I'm good with it, but like, I don't think that I could get enough done if I was into film.
Yeah.
Or like commercial wise anyway.
Right.
But at some point, it was probably like maybe 2 years ago or something like that, I just started getting back into film a little bit more. My dad had a camera. My dad does antique shopping a lot just for his house and stuff like that. And he had a camera that he said it works and didn't use it. And I was like, yo, let me take that. Like, you're just using it for decoration. Let me use it.
Yeah.
So it's a really good, it's like a Minolta XG1.
From what era?
From I want to say it's from the 80s, but it might be from the 70s. I don't know 100%.
But kind of in that.
It's in that realm. So it's an SLR, which is I don't even know how to I'm not a huge nerd on this stuff, but it's basically a film camera with a built-in light meter in it.
So it's kind of a precursor to the DSLR that you're using now,
right?
On occasion, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So I got that camera, been using that for a minute. Like, that's usually what I used to use for my portraits and stuff like that. But I got into a point where I wanted to do medium format, which is
what does that mean?
Dude, it's a bigger, so there's a sensor in your camera, right? And the 35 millimeter is smaller than a medium format. And it's just a different type of film too as well. I could be probably 10% off on some of this shit.
Whatever. If you want facts, people go to a different podcast.
Right.
This is just about your experience.
Right. So I wanted to get into medium format because a photographer in Detroit, Volandis, he does that as well. And
you looked up to him and you liked his work or something?
Yeah, I liked his work, and I looked up to him for a lot, for his work and how he documents where he's from and how he does that. And also people that are in my life too, some people my friend Gordo, he's amazing. He was probably one of the first biggest influences that I had in my career, I would say.
In your photography journey.
Yeah.
But it probably extends outside of photography too. Or?
Photography, life in general, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like when you look at photography and me, I think to me, I think it's more or less how you view life and how you go about life. And that is why I picked up a camera as well. That's what I learned in a way.
And I can see it in your photos. It's mentioned on your website.
Yeah.
Where you say something along the lines of, I don't know how closely you monitor it. Maybe you don't even remember what it says, but it says something along the lines of, you're going to get a shot. You're going to get a photo from me that makes the subject feel the way they felt when you were there.
Yeah, it makes the subject feel that they were there, and also makes the people that look at the photo that they were there too in that moment.
So it's realistic.
It's realistic. I don't like to. A lot of people, I would say who I shoot with, they're yeah, just let me know how do you want me posed or whatever. It's I don't really want you posed. I want you to be as you, as you are, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like as authentic as you can be. And if I need to do like a slight adjustment, I'll tell you. But
Act natural.
just be natural, you know what I'm saying? Like just be yourself, you know? Like sometimes I think there's like one thing that I do need to invest in is a Bluetooth speaker because I like music.
Yeah.
And
you can get one for so fucking cheap.
You can get
dude.
so cheap. But I just haven't done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
so then you can have your subjects dancing around, feel a little more at ease.
Right. Just like, you know, because like I like to bring a lot of like my own energy into a shoot, even if it's like someone who I'm just meeting. But I also like to just sit down and have conversation with people first and see who they are and they can see who I am. It's just like just a more personable aspect. I think that's what happens when you work at a bar for I don't know, like 10 years.
Your
almost.
whole adult life.
Yeah, whole adult life. You know what I mean? Like being personable is like a thing that you need to be, especially as a photographer, I think, because it makes people comfortable.
Yeah, you have to be occasionally dealing with people want to pose because they're not confident.
Right.
At the end of the day, right? So I find this in the podcast too.
Mm-hmm.
Even the most confident people, like at the very beginning, you were a little bit nervous. It just is what it is. It's something new. It's a different setup.
Right.
So do you talk me through when you convince someone not to pose, when you convince someone to have the confidence to be yourself, what are the reactions when they actually see themselves as opposed to their skinny arm, Instagram, duck face shit that they're usually doing? You know?
I would say like it's just more or less like excitement and like relief and like, oh shit, that's who I am. Like that's who I am, you know? Yeah. And that's what I like to do, man. I just like to see, I like to show people to be either their authentic self, or if you want to be posed, I can do it. I just don't prefer it because it makes you it doesn't give an authentic feel to it. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I also do document photography.
So explain what that is,
or whatever.
Explain what document photography is.
So basically, like what I do is mainly what I do is I shoot wide. I don't have a zoom lens or anything.
Yeah.
I like to shoot wide because it shows off the environment. It shows off where we are. Like even if we do like events and stuff, like if I do events and stuff like that, I try to get moments of people where they're either by themselves that are in like just like either just standing there just listening, just thinking or whatever, or like having a drink and eating or something. I really don't like taking photos of people eating. It's just the worst. You know what I mean? but like it's just it's just something that shows off everything in the moment, and that's really where like the authenticity lies. Like not too long ago, I was doing BTS for a music video.
For what, the AGL guys?
Yeah. For Waldo, and so everybody in AGO minus one person. He had to leave. He had to leave the weekend before, but it's all good. Yeah. But that whole like setup and getting like the cameraman and like just like seeing people in their like authentic just energy, you know what I mean? Like,
is that why documenting is fun? Because so correct me if I'm wrong. Documenting is essentially a documentary.
Yeah, basically in a way. So stills
is one of the reasons you like that, because it does. People are already doing something when you're doing that. They're not there for the shoot. They're there for the
other thing.
And the other things.
They're there for something else. You know what I mean? Which also can turn into like a little like one-on-one as well. Which
because there's a lot of other shit going on, different videos over here and all that.
Right. If somebody needs like a quick little one, like one-on-one situation, well, I bet, like, let's go, where you want to go, you know what I mean? Or like, I think this would be tight, you know what I mean? Like right here in front or right here on the side or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I like to do. And I did that like last year too, for a friend in Chicago. His name is Chan Fuse. Phenomenal singer, like 6'10".
Chan, you sound like you're tall. This tall ceilings up here. Get yourself to the attic, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I was just with him in LA too, just for his like his music video. But like the first one, we like went to a no permits, went to Palmer House. There's a hotel in downtown Chicago. This is like the first one. This is last year.
Yeah.
And we straight bullied these people into having us like shoot at the spot, because like we gave like So somebody gave me pizza randomly, right? And then we gave it to the doorman. And we like $20. We were like, yo, just let us like sit
Dude,
here.
this reminds me of Little Dicky when he does the save that money.
Bro, I'm telling you, dog.
You do a whole shoot for free, basically.
Dude, no, I'm telling you, dude. Like we just basically we had like one room that had stored all the equipment. No one stayed there, and then we went to another and the next day we had to like switch rooms 2 other times for no reason to get the big suite for this one scene. You know what I mean? And it was just like, bro, like,
did you give some credit to the Palmer?
I don't fucking think so. Like, to be honest,
I was gonna say it doesn't sound like bullying, but now it's starting to sound kind of like bullying.
It's straight bullying. Like they were like, someone was like, "What are you guys doing? You guys don't have a permit?" And we're just like, "We don't care."
Fucking permit.
Yeah. And so and I was doing BTS for that, and that's when I met some good guys, some good people who I consider like family, basically to this day, because I went to LA with them and did another music video with Chan and all them, and that one was different. We were on Hollywood Boulevard, no permit.
Yeah, that's cool. There's probably all sorts of uncertified shooting going on down in that area, though.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like really crazy too, like seeing like it was a great break from Michigan, and also it was also a great time to be with like-minded people. Yeah. And just like a bunch of creatives that I met some people that were from here, and then or I met a gaffer out there who's from Lansing. You know,
gaffer is like the boom operator. What is it?
Basically, a gaffer is someone who basically helps set up. You know, like if you need, let's just set up set and shit like that. I don't know, like I said, we're not here for technical shit.
Yeah, I mean, if they wanted people to know what they really do, they wouldn't use a word like gaffer.
Yeah, so like a gaffer or a key grip. Key grip does like heavy shit. Gaffer just helps like set up scenes and lights and and shit like that. So like that's what he was there for, and he was from Lansing. His name is Scott. Shout out my man Scott. He helped everyone. He is what we call the gaff god. Cause he was like
GG, baby.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, he was like, for a person that does it like professionally and going onto a set where we're all amateurs, but we like know certain shit. He was like saying words that we didn't even know. I was like, what do you mean one, bro? Like what? Like huh? Like you gotta just give me like real words.
Yeah,
like
come on, gaffer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was like, well, he said this thing to me. He was like, hey man, can you go to the other room and save that light? And I was like, what do you mean save the light? And he was like, just turn it off. And I was like, and I didn't ask him that, but I was just like, save it.
You're like, can I bring my computer?
Yeah, right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it was a huge like learning experience.
But he was cool though.
He was cool.
See, like I have friends in LA too that are trying to make, not trying to make it, that are making it or doing art, whatever. And I like to learn. Yeah. And you like to learn.
Yeah, I love it.
But a lot of folks in LA are kind of above learning. By the time you're out there, a lot of times they're above it. Yeah.
You're a teacher at that point.
You are, but then sometimes they're above that as well.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to teach you. You should know this already.
It's like their own work product,
Right.
So I think that curiosity and that willingness to learn is just a key thing. And just to keep getting better.
Amazing. Yeah.
But also to be cool.
No, definitely.
So you're not a dick,
Like for sure. Like, but you can see in his face where he was like super frustrated. Like at some point he was just like, what the fuck,
Yeah, why'd you guys book this? Yeah.
But also at the same time, at the end of the day, like he helped bring that shit come to fruition, like in a way. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Like, excuse me. Oof.
No worries, I'll cut it. Yeah.
so like that's, and that kind of like that's what I like to do as well. But like I kind of keep the documenting either on my 35 millimeter or my digital. I didn't bring my digital to my 35 to this one, so I just brought my digital in my medium format.
And are you capturing video too, or you're pretty much still?
Nah, I mean I'm doing video on my phone just for memories, and you know what I'm saying. And like I was gonna do a little like video for it, but I was like, nah, there's no point.
It adds a lot of just extra shit.
Yeah, and I was like, it's fun. It was fun though. So like, that's like like what I like to do. I like to work with like ever since like a couple years ago, I just like to document and I just like to take photos. I like to work with artists.
Is that your favorite thing, is documenting artists?
Yeah. Like, because I like to say, like, the reason why is because that not a lot of people see the hard work. My fault.
Just say it again. Just say it again, just in case.
A lot of people don't get to see the hard work. That's the reason why I like to do it.
Yeah.
Because everyone sees the final product. Everyone sees, you know, like
they see this part.
Yeah, they see like
Not
this part. Yeah, they see very small of it. And so I like try to bring it as a full like scale of like this person had to do this. This person had to do this.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you.
These are all the hands that were actually in this project.
And that's actually where the fun is, too.
That is, yeah.
And that's not to say that the end product isn't going to bring joy to the people watching stuff, too. But for the people involved with it, the end product is nothing comparatively, other than a vehicle to maybe get paid or get notoriety. Right. It's nothing compared to the experience of making it, you know?
Definitely not. So, like, I mean, like, personally, I, like, as being a photographer, you are always behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're never really like, it's not never, but like there's very like small points in time where you are
the subject.
You know?
If there's a mirror involved, maybe an accident or something.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like, oh dang. Nice outfit, man. You're looking good.
Does anyone ever document you documenting?
I've had a couple.
Okay, well, folks, you're hearing it here first. This is gonna be a somewhat condensed interview. And the reason for that is because I'm going to be documenting something else. Leandro. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, Leandro, Lee.
All right. So I'm going to follow Leandro around before this episode comes out. So when you're seeing this, it'll have been weaved in already, maybe, or coming up later in the episode.
For sure.
Where we see kind of what you're doing. We see your hard work capturing the other hard work.
Yeah.
And we don't know exactly what that shoot's going to be or what it is.
It's going to be something.
You might be...
I might be doing street photography.
You might be solo.
I might be solo. I might be taking photos of someone. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, well, that's how we do it. We like to figure shit out.
That's how I do it. No plan. I mean, like, it's little plans, but like, very little sometimes when it comes to stuff like that.
A little bit of planning, similar to when you tell your subject to like move your head a little bit. Right. But that planning full on is kind of like posing full on. Right. It's like you're not leaving a lot of room for the magic, right? No. So what's your name?
Leandro LARA. I go by La Film on Instagram. It's a shooter in the city. Oh, I got my nigga Cam here.
Pope Cruz. Yeah, I'm a music artist, production, writer. I do all that. Like, at the end of the day, it's a certain amount of time you gotta put into everything to get it done. So whether you start it right now or later, it's gonna be the same amount of time it's gonna take. You might as well start it right now and get it on the road type. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga grown. Oh, the Lomachrome joints. Yeah. It changes all your like greens into purples and all your blues into teals and shit like that. To be honest, we can just get to shooting. To be honest, the sun's out. Let's do it. Exactly. Let's do it.
Yes. A collaboration of art, I would call it, I guess.
See, he knows what he's saying.
Exactly. I'm an artist in my own nature. He's an artist in his own nature.
You know what I mean?
It clicked, so.
Oh, it was good.
What was special about that location? What kind of made you think that was the spot?
So all the locations, I'm gonna say this right now, all the locations that I've chose was basically on his aesthetic and his music, and it matches.
So who are you shooting today?
My nigga Cam.
What's up, I'm Cam.
AKA Pope Cruz.
Grand Rapids native.
AKA little homie from up the block. AKA family.
Yeah, I've known Lee since I was a kid.
Since we was in the sandbox, basically. I was in middle school, you was in elementary.
Yeah. My mom and his mom actually worked at Blockbuster together, so. We gotta think Blockbuster first of all.
What the fuck is Blockbuster? Yeah. So, if anyone has ever listened to this man's music, which everyone should, after watching this video, his shit is very, like, choppy, Jersey. It's grimy, it's gritty, you know?
Yeah.
And so like all the locations that I've chosen have kind of like not a grimy aesthetic, but like a just something that just matches that.
We gon' take the long road, no hoes, big spout. This'll make a long grow, hog nose, big snout. Mugging with the arm fold, big buds, big loud. Puffing to my heart slow. Really, I'm the product of niggas who got with me the hoes that did me dirty. A million off days, a million thoughts. Really, I'm off of my soft ways. I promise I'm not tripping. Honestly, I'm offended. Dishonesty, not to mention. I'm honestly not a fan of the probablys of the questions you bringing to my attention.
Love me, don't never let me down.
What's the difference of working with Lee and with film? What's the vibe?
Yeah, it's quicker. I mean, it's one and done, so it's quicker. It's like you got to get the shot, but I like the feel of it and I like the process of it because it's, like he said, it's more of my aesthetic I kind of like the grittiness. I like the griminess. You know what I'm saying? Not too perfect. I like how he's approaching it for sure.
Where are we heading to next?
We're gonna head to some stairs. Hopefully no one kicks us off those bitches.
This is the first time that we committed to actually linking like at our present state as artists. So it's very exciting.
Killing us first, really. I spent 50 on my shirt and my kicks, and I'm still jiggy like who was really holding me down when I lost hope. I really ain't the one to be talking, it's all jokes. See, I done had to carry my choices, hoisted a rope for my ops and one for my bros.
One, it was cold as fuck.
Yeah, it was
windy as
freezing.
hell.
It was crazy.
You know, that was one complication. And then the other complication, I guess, if I keep this bitch in, that means I can't. Whatever photo I take it's not even a thing. Let me turn this bitch off first. Take a shot. Yeah. So I guess like that's like a few complications, especially like when it's cold as fuck. You're not really thinking fully or like thoroughly about some shit, but like, you know, it was straight, it was smooth. Like, I'm not really tripping about like what shots I didn't get. There was a shot, there's like this random ass fucking car at the first location.
Yeah, that shot was crazy.
And it was them like looking through the car, but like you can see like, and I'm on the other end, but you can see like the clouds and shit, but you can just see him as well in it. So it was clean. I might turn that bitch into a black and white.
Yeah, that was hard. That was the only photo that I saw of him so far. Probably that one through the car, bro. Yeah, because in the car was kind of like, I don't know, like it plays along with. It was just dope that it was kind of like placed right there because it plays along with like the grittiness and the griminess and kind of like the aesthetic that we were going for the shoot. So the car being there and like basically it could have been sitting on bricks, like the tires were flat, it was old, rusted, like it had a cool texture to it. So nice. I knew the photo that we were gonna take there was gonna be dope. My problems that I had with the shoes, I'm not typically behind a camera. Even though I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying, I haven't gotten out there and put myself behind a camera as much as probably people would like to see. So people love to see, you know what I'm saying, the face and everything behind the music. So you give them something like that, some good high quality photos, you know what I'm saying, they'll swipe along and be more interested in checking out more on the page. So
well, dude, I thought you were natural, don't you think, Lee?
I mean,
come on.
Thank you.
He was doing his thing, man. He was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. Instead of like, you know, trying to force something that's not there, I think you should just like at some point, because bridges are gonna connect again at some point.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Someone said some crazy shit to me the other day. He said like, people are in your life forever, man. They just got different roles. You know, like this initial role in the beginning of like us when we were kids is not the same role anymore.
Exactly.
So now he's in my life forever. So it's like whatever we do with these photos, it's more or less like a beginning to like reconnect. I like to work with artists, put all artists around, and so that could be like a fucking musician or a fucking glass blower or some shit. Cause that shit is crazy. Or like a framer. You know what I mean? Like someone that just frames shit, you know. But because that shit's an art in itself too. We like to work with everybody, and so like.
I noticed he didn't include a podcast writer or producer in there.
I mean, shit.
It's kind of bullshit. But cool.
That's good. It's a little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's art, but it's art of communication, I guess. This is an art of communication, if you want to say that, art of conversation, because you do have a way with words. He has a really great way with words. He's gonna cry.
Yeah, this is Rula Garson. This is my homie.
Rula Garson.
Yeah, say it better, bro.
My bad.
Rula Garson, bro.
Rula Garson.
That's the way I explain it, low key. Like I genuinely just talk shit with auto-tune on. Like I really just get in the booth. I have on my own equipment and shit. I just make music. I'm a rapper, but I just like to. I don't really like putting anything on paper. I just like flowing from the head. So whatever I'm feeling that day, whatever I'm feeling in the moment, that's what song is popping out. So I just like having fun with the music. song, commit to being on the Talk in the Attic.
Feels like a fucking terrorist video. Say it.
I, Pope Cruz, commit to being on the Talk in the Attic.
That's good enough for me.
I'll be there.
I'm committed. He's gonna be there regardless.
I'll be there regardless. It's cool.
Because
I think, to be honest, I think me and a friend are gonna start. I just talked to him about it yesterday, and I think we're gonna do our shit at your spot. Cause I mean, that shit is nice.
it's word of mouth, baby. It's all
I gotta check it out.
Yo, hey, say, fuck it all. I need the facts, I need the thrax, I need the text, niggas. I need a bag quite often.
I enjoyed that shot. Typically, when I make music, I'll see like a scene. So to be able to get with like a photographer like Lee, who, I don't know, like it's mashing well. Like the spots he's picking are like what would pop in my head typically when I'm messing with some sounds. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's got a good look to it. I enjoyed the spot. Typically, like if I go back in today and I listen to some beats, I'll probably have some of the stuff that we did today pop into my head, and I'll probably draw some inspiration from that. So
that's dope. Did you like how it all worked out up there, Lee?
I mean, I had some disappointing moments, but you know.
What, just technical snafus or what?
Yeah, just the user.
Is it possible that the cold got to you?
100%. 100%. Obviously, when it comes to shooting, weather is a huge factor to some stuff, to a degree. But like, I don't like to shoot. I like shooting in studio, but it all depends on what it is needs to be done in studio. It's more controlled, but I feel like it's less fun in a sense, depending on what it is. You know, so that's why I like to shoot outside and like to shoot environment, and you know, instead of just getting faces, you also get the scene of like where the fuck we at, you know?
Yeah, that's all part of like even the mistakes kind of get weaved into the story.
Yeah. I mean, like if you're not making mistakes while you shooting, I mean, most motherfuckers got a team, you know what I mean? Most motherfuckers got a team. Like, some people got a person on deck that has, like, you know, another one of these, like, film bags already, like, rolled up, you know? And some people got a whole set person, or, like, you know, like, stylist, this, that, and the third. And, you know, when you shoot by yourself, or when you're shooting with just, like, you know, another person, you're wearing most of those hats instead of just being a photographer. You are setting the scene, setting the environment, and trying to make sure the person is, one, comfortable enough, and two, you know, fine. You know what I'm saying? So like you kind of gotta take like little breaks and stuff like that. You know, and then also like if you're like working outside, you know, right now it's super cloudy. So like if I wanted some harsh shadows in that last shot, which I did, but it's all good. You know, you just gotta work with what you got.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So
just kind of make it a happy ending about you reconnecting with your friend. If that's kind of what happened, right?
I mean, it was tight. It was tight. It was good. It was good to see this man. Like I mean, like we said earlier before you even got here. I mean, like we were just like talking about. Like I was like telling him straight up. It's like it's dope to see someone who I've known since this tall,
bro, literally,
to like grow up and like
take on a character.
Be a character like you said. You know what I mean?
Bro.
So it's pretty dope. It's really tight. And the thing is, he's actually fucking good.
You too. That's what's crazy. It's like the small circle, and it's like what you do, you're really, really good at it. Right. So yeah, it's dope that we have that admiration. We have that admiration for each other.
100%.
For sure.
It's fucking crazy. So I'm just doing this because this is my thing. My middle finger ain't up, bro. I ain't having a good time, and that's facts.
Turn him up,
and that's facts.
I'm that turtle in your backyard, slow pace. How I win a race with a light jaw, cold case, snot nose.
It's so fucking funny. What up?
Touch the surface, really we the furnace, burning hot like my head. See,
shout out to the sun.
Girl, make my bed. I can't sleep without the TV. It's too quiet in my head, nigga. 10 times grieving, leaning on my mans through the season. It's gonna leave some blood all on my hands. Easy. Take heed, we a need, wanted for the bounty and the reason. We gon' dump the bodies.
Kaye is my second book.
Oh, okay.
Kaye is my second book. My first book was Untitled. I named it Untitled because I honestly didn't know what to
It was
fucking
named
say.
Untitled.
It was
so
named
technically
Untitled.
it was titled.
It was titled, but it was untitled.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I like it.
You know, it's like, because I didn't know what else to call it. You know, but it was actually kind of like introducing myself to the world as a film photographer.
And I like Untitled. It kind of leaves some room out
Whatever
there.
you want to call it, but it's untitled. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I mean, I guess like that kind of like what helped me on that project. That was Untitled by Kendrick Lamar. Like that project that he put out, right?
Yeah.
That was a kind of like a big influence on it. But it was just basically black and white film portraits of my friends and whatnot. So it was like just a bunch of people that I know in life are in it and who I hold close to my heart.
That's so cool.
You know, and I did it with my friend Kendall. Shout out to Kendall. And shout out to everyone else that was involved with that project, because that shit was my first, like, not my first solo project. That was my second solo project, but it was my first one in
like a
3-4 years. Like 3-4 years.
And the print format and the officialness of all that is cool
like
too.
The printing, like I learned so much about printing, like printing companies. I went through someone local and I still use them to this day because they're just perfect.
Yeah, if it works, if it works and it's close.
You know what I mean? It works. Why fix it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So like I did that, and then I did my second book, which I wanted to do a show for it, but COVID, and I was like,
that's Calle.
Yeah, Calle is my second.
Do you speak Spanish?
Very little. I don't really speak it that much, but I understand it a little bit.
So is that one street photography? I take it.
Yeah. So that's like basically like places from Grand Rapids here, the home, and Chicago, which is also another home that I consider
soon to be actually
soon to be actually home. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for that because I've been wanting to move to Chicago ever since I first went, and I first went when I was 21. You know, I wasn't like
to go for a concert or something. Or
I went just because I wanted. It was like, yo,
solo,
dude,
that's cool.
Solo. I stayed on the Mile. It wasn't my best move. All right,
you don't know.
I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know any better.
I saw a cool picture of the Drake Hotel though. I stayed at that hotel before.
The one that took not so long ago.
There's a picture on your website that says the Drake. I'm pretty sure that's the one from Chicago.
That's so amazing. Yeah. That's actually one of my favorite photos.
That's cool.
I did a print of it and someone bought it and I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yes. You know, but like. Chicago is one of those cities that I just love it.
Come on, articulate why.
Dude, it's the people, man. Like I like New York. I've been to New York twice, and New York is tight. Like I fuck with it. It's a bit too overwhelming for me. It's aggressive. And it's like I have nothing against aggressive. You know what I mean? But like I personally don't, not yet anyway, don't see myself living in New York. Same thing with like LA. Like I went to LA a couple times. First time it was like my birthday, and just like kind of like get away. And like I met some people there. Like I love people over there too. But I was like I just can't. Like I basically live in a city already that I need a car. I don't drive.
Right.
So like, but I stay where my like coastal routes. You know.
Yeah, Chicago. You don't need a car.
I don't need a car.
In fact, it costs you like $1,000 a month to fucking park the thing.
So, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I was just looking at apartments, and some of the spots were like, yeah, $100, $125 for a parking spot or whatever.
That's
like
not guaranteed.
That's not guaranteed. And I was like, no. And I was like, nah, we're good. I got a bike. Even if I needed my bike, I'm not even riding my bike there. I like to walk.
So it's the energy of the people. It's the energy. The Midwest vibe is a little bit more like
still there. The Midwest vibe is still there. People are still nice.
Yeah. It's cold though.
Or it's really cold. I know that for facts. I went from somewhere that's cold
to colder
to even more cold. You know, so
and
like,
hotter in the summer.
And hotter in the summer, which is straight. You know, the lake's right there. If I need to jump in, I can just jump in.
That's what's so unique. I feel, I don't even know if this is true.
Yeah.
I feel like downtown Chicago is closer to a massive lake than any other major city.
Yeah.
That's around here at least.
Definitely.
Like New York, yeah, you're on the water, but not really.
Right. I
mean,
if
gotta go 150 blocks to get to the.
Right. I mean, also like even if you go like anywhere like south too, that's like a neighbor that's like right by the lake.
That's more of a beach town.
It's more of a beach town at that, but it's like it depends on which way you go. Like
yeah, you can be in like the middle of the busiest city in the world, seemingly in Chicago, And then in a mile and a half cab ride, you're like swimming in Lake Michigan, just like you would be in Grand Rapids.
Right. You know what I mean? Or just like taking a nice little walk or something to the beach. You know what I mean? Like the places that I gravitate towards mostly, like I've been almost not everywhere in Chicago, but I've been on South Side. It's like Hyde Park, or I've been on like for some stuff, which is like, it's kind of like the bougie area of South Side. I've been to Pilsen, Little Village, somewhere north, I don't even know, and obviously I've been downtown.
Yeah.
And the place that I gravitate towards the most really is Little Village and Pilsen.
What's the vibe there?
It's a lot of Hispanic families, so it's like Southwest Detroit in a way. Or you have
Hispanic ethnicity too, right?
Yeah. I'm Black and Mexican, so like
your dad's Mexican.
My dad's Mexican and my mom's Black. If we want to go like into real semantics, like my mom's technically got Nigerian blood in her, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
But that's the 23andMe, you know what I mean? But I don't know enough about that to speak on it for
At least now you can actually know though. Before 23, I mean the downside is now the FBI has her DNA, your DNA.
Her DNA.
The problem is anybody that has your family that's submitted, now the FBI is able to like link that through. Mm-hmm. So you're pretty much don't commit any crimes. No. Or if you do, just don't leave DNA.
Yeah, don't leave DNA.
Just be all greased up with Vaseline and latex.
Do something, you know what I mean? I think, I don't know, but
that's cool that Nigerians in there though. Yeah, you got to get out to Nigeria and take some fucking pictures,
dude. That'd be tight. Actually, I really want to go to Mexico at some point before I die.
Oh man,
I've never been. My grandmother's from Monterrey, which is like North Mexico. And my dad has been to. There's a border town that he's been to that my friend's family's from. Actually.
Tijuana, Juarez.
It's not even Tijuana. It's not even that. I forget what it is though.
Yeah.
Shit. I feel like a dick.
Well, we'll find it later. Then in the YouTube video, I'll just put the map.
Yeah, there it is.
Like a speech bubble.
You know what I mean? Just like, but like, so like, I mean, like, I've gravitated towards there. I've met a lot of good people out like in those areas, and shout out to my man Chris, because I'm gonna talk about him real quick. I met Chris here in Grand Rapids. He was a part of the band. When I met him, he was a drummer of the band and everything. And then he was probably he was the first person I ever talked to in that band. And me and him just automatically clicked, you know, and I took his engagement photos with his wife. Beautiful. Shout out Alma. Like, great people. Like, but like me and him have like this like kind of rapport. Like, when I go to Chicago sometimes and I kind of need a place to stay, I stay at their place.
And vice versa.
Yeah. And like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and like, he doesn't really need to bless you. yeah. Like, he doesn't really come out this way that much, but when I'm in town, because he knows that I'm moving there.
Yeah.
And so like,
you're just gonna stay with him.
Just gonna
the whole time.
I'm just gonna stay with him and his wife and their dog, Theo. You know what I mean?
I don't need much. Just a couple bedrooms.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it. You know, like he helped me. Like, me and him have talked about like, cause he's a graphic designer. He works for a marketing company now. Does great work.
He does some freelance shit, probably.
He does some freelance. He actually helped with my like logo on my website.
I like your logo.
It's amazing. Like, the film is like one of my like. It's so clean because like how he does his process is like amazing. He asks like, all right, so what do you like? Here's the 3 things. Like, what is your 3 things of this? What is your 3 things of that? Like,
that's the shit you learn from working for the big marketing companies.
You know what I mean?
The system work. Yeah.
He was like just system, and I was like, bro, I really like how you process that stuff and like how you talk about it. And so like, and he's like really into coffee. He used to work in coffee. I'm into coffee too.
In fact, I'd be remiss if I don't talk about this. Yeah. The last 3 times I've seen you, I'm going to say 3. It might only be 2, but it sounds better for 3.
Yeah, 3.
So the last 3 times I saw you was literally within a 6-foot radius of the same exact spot out in front of the coffee shop in my neighborhood.
Yep. Shout out Lion Street.
That's right.
It was actually the first coffee shop I ever went to.
That's a vibe. That whole block's a vibe.
Yeah, the first, like 2016 was the first spot I ever went to.
What was your first coffee? Just a standard?
Cafe Mocha. I didn't even like coffee.
Yeah, you had to kind of work into it.
Yeah, I didn't even like coffee then. And then I tried to go down to Madcap at one point. I was like, yeah, fuck this. This
is
$9
and wait 30 minutes.
Right, it was like super pretentious, and I was just like, oh shit. And then
it's a chemistry set. I just want a coffee,
dude. Bro, I don't know, man. It was just like super pretentious. And then like the first time I went, then I didn't go there for a minute, and then I went back, and I was like, all right, their coffee is really fucking good, you know. And then ever since then, really, like, I just been into coffee. Like, I did like this thing where like I took photos of baristas and like
that's a good vibe because there's a romanticism with coffee making.
Yes,
you know, even though it's kind of overplayed because there's a lot of like hipster douchebags. that are kind of into the madcap vibe and shit.
I was one of them.
But there is seeing someone making coffee. Like, do you ever see Seinfeld show comedians in cars getting coffee? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, it's amazing.
There is so much good B-roll footage of coffee being made.
So great.
It's so cool.
It's so great. Like I love the process of that too. You know, and that kind of got me into coffee, and it got me into knowing other people in the coffee world. So he was one of them. But we only met on because I was doing a shoot I was shooting for Lamplight that year.
What's Lamplight?
Lamplight is
festival or something.
So Lamplight. So at first, what Lamplight was, it was like a festival in a way. It was but it would be in like people's living rooms and like their houses and shit like that. Music and just like basically like bringing the community together.
Is it here?
Yeah.
Is it still going down?
I don't think so because of COVID.
I want this to be a venue,
bro. So like what it did was this is gonna go into another story too. But like the first time I went in, it was the first time they did hip hop, and that's when I've met the Seventh before. Shout out Brandon
McCall. Go check out his episode. Link in the show notes.
You know what I'm saying?
In fact, Seb's coming here right after Lee's done to do his own podcast, recording it up here.
You feel me? Like that's the guy right there. So I met
Lee hooked me up with him. By the way.
You know what I'm saying? I went to his show, but I already knew him through other friends and stuff like that, and like the artist. And you get over there.
I like the sound this makes.
I appreciate. Of course. And then so me and him.
The higher it falls, the better it tastes.
That's where it is, man. Get that air in there. You know, so like that was the first year ever, and it's been going on for like some years.
So what? It was blackball, no hip hop, no backwards caps.
No, yeah, you know what I'm saying basically. So it's basically like a bunch of like folk music or like alternative,
cool, white
like,
as shit,
white as hell. Like you know what I mean, like which is whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of fucked with it after that. I was like, oh, this shit's tight.
Oh, dude, anybody express themselves is dope.
It's
fine
tight.
by me.
Yeah. It's tight, but I'm gonna be real with you.
It's cooler when it's hip hop though.
It is. It definitely is. So I met him at his show, took some photos there, talked to him a bit, and then went on to this next house, which was like down the street. Cause it's like literally just like, it's like 3 or 4 like venues. Like different. It's like just different music.
Right.
You know, like there's one house that was playing like some, not even violin, like cello or something. And this shit was amazing. It was beautiful.
Fuck yeah.
And then went to the other house,
rock
Brandon,
or some shit.
Yeah, Brandon was there playing. And then, after that, went to this other house with my homegirl, Tiffany. She introduced me to that. So like, the other house was the last house. It was pretty cool. It was like pretty tight. Like it was jumping. It was like I think it was like the main house or some shit like that.
Just had the good setup, good sound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so apparently, like people were like jumping up so hard. Someone went downstairs in the basement to check on like the house, I guess, and like the floor beam cracked. Like it was
this
cracked.
Is just a house. It's not
a
commercial,
house, right? Yeah, it's just the crib.
300 people.
And so like, bro, like people are on the stairs. People are like jumping up and down. Like someone comes in. Like this band was actually, I forget what the band was called.
Dude, they literally brought the house down.
Literally. So like, what it was is like everyone was like, they're about to play like their final song or the second or third song or whatever. They just started. Someone comes in and they're just like, yo, so the situation here is the floor beam is cracked and
we gotta move the show.
We gotta move the show. We gotta end it. And someone just yells out, all right, everybody, sit down. Like everyone calm down.
No more having fun. No more dance.
Just like no one like we want to hear them play. Just sit down. And like so everyone sat down and then someone came in again and was like, no, you guys actually have to leave. Like this is not safe.
It's the weight at this point.
It's the weight at this point. It's like it's not safe. You know? And they're just like, oh damn. So like that's when so I was doing that.
Was that that you were documenting that?
Yeah, that was the first one I went to. But first it went to houses. Then the one that I came back to, which was like probably a couple years later, so 2018. I'm straight. I'm good. Appreciate you though. The second one I went to, they went to venues on Wealthy. So there was like
Wealthy Street Theater. Or
yeah,
Billy's
like they went to Wealthy Theater. And then next, like basically they kept it within like that like 3. So there's Wealthy Theater, the spot next to it, which I think is also a part of Wealthy Theater. And then No, it was like another dance studio, and then Sparrows.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
so it was
coffee
like,
spot.
yeah, the coffee spot. So it would like.
Just so they didn't have floorboards breaking at those
No,
places.
no,
They're
'cause,
rated
like,
to a certain
they
level.
realized they were like, wait, you can't keep doing this, man. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
people's houses are getting fucked.
You should check out sometime. I think it's called Somerville.
Somerville.
It's out. That's the name of the town. It's just
Yeah.
outside of Boston, and they
Okay.
have in May every year. Probably not this year, but next year I'm sure.
Right.
It's called Porch Fest,
Oh,
and
shit,
they
that's
do
tight.
like in a 2-block, super
Radius.
tight area,
Yeah, yeah.
super tight area,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like 100 stages, all on porches.
Dude, this
And,
damn.
Yeah, and so then like you can, they don't play it so loud that like if you're at one, you can hear all of it, of course.
Right,
but
right.
like you can. So I've never been, but
It's
I've
actually
had
pretty tight.
a friend whose sister lives there who's been saying we gotta go, so we gotta go, and you should
Yeah.
fucking document that.
Dude, that should be tight, man.
because then we can do it here. I know you're moving to Chicago.
Yeah, yeah.
And but I can tell just by your work and
Right.
by the people
go
you talk
anywhere,
about and
dog.
shit.
I
No,
go
but you
anywhere.
also are committed to the grant to staying local to some extent. Not because
No, yeah.
not because you're
That's
not
my
capable
goal.
of going
Yeah.
higher, but because it's more fun
Yeah,
that way,
'cause
right?
I mean, like, so, like, my goal really is like this is like me and my friends have talked about it, and like what we want to do or where we want to be. in,
Yeah, what
like,
is the
5
end
years.
game?
Like the end game really is like at some point, like take all the things and all the people that I've met and tell them and bring them here and
make it
like,
happen here.
make things happen here more than because like I mean like Grand Rapids is a cool city. Like I mean if you grew up here, you kind of see its flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like if
you'd
you've been
say
here
that
for 5
everywhere.
years. I mean like if you've been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can just basically say like, yeah, I mean like this is a nice city.
There's
like,
some shortcomings.
this is like, you know what I mean? Like there's some shortcomings of it, but like, like at the end of the day, I want Grand Rapids to be known artistically and not for whatever it is, like
Amway
or fucking
DeVos.
This is a great spot to build a home or whatever. Like fuck all that. Like that might be cool. Like it's cool. Like if you got a family, that's what you want to do. But a lot of people that have families
don't live in the city.
Don't live in the city anyway. They live like 20 minutes out of the city.
Right.
And like that's cool. Like that's fine. Whatever. But like I mean, it's like claiming you from Detroit, but you're from Grosse Pointe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like it's like come on now. You're not
Dude,
from Detroit.
well, I mean, I hope I'm part of the plan because I'm an
100%.
ally. That's exactly my plan. Like, not even
100%.
my plan, but like a goal that I have is like the most fun part of this whole project has been just the community growth, the network growth.
Definitely.
And on face value, I don't know nobody that I talk to would know any different or anything. But like, the reality is, I can now pick up my phone and call any one of the 55, 57 people I've interviewed, and do something with that person, and not get something from that person, but do something with that person. It's fun to do shit.
So like my goal, like my end goal, really is to and this is what I talked to my homegirl Clev, out in Chicago. Shout out to Clev. This is like one of my she became like one of my good friends because me and her talk about self growth and what our purpose is and shit like that. So like she's an artist, a rapper, part of Mother Nature.
That's the group name?
This is a group name. And
Spotify link down below.
Yeah, swear to God. They're fired too. They got an EP or a mixtape, whatever the fuck.
We should see if we can use one of their songs for the show.
Yo, I'll see what's up, actually.
Hit her up, yeah.
I'll hit her up for sure. So me and her and I've met her early, literally right when the pandemic was hitting.
One could even say that you two meeting caused the pandemic.
I mean, shit, man. I don't know.
All the other non-facts
So the
going
thing
around.
is, I did 2 trips before. Me and some friends did 2 trips before, the shutdown actually happened. One was to Detroit, and the other one was Chicago. Chicago, we met her, and me and her were talking and shit like that, and we were just because she knows people that I know, and I was like, yeah, let's let's meet up, let's shoot, whatever, let's talk, whatever the fuck,
Maybe let's date. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But so me and her talk about it, and I was like, my purpose is really to leave Grand Rapids, go to Chicago for 3 to 4, maybe 5 years, depending.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, right? And then at some point, take that energy, whatever I got from learning skills, go to London. Take whatever I get from that.
Get an accent, maybe.
Get an accent. You know what I'm saying? Try to figure that out. You know what I mean? See if I can do that.
Learn how to drive on.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Just I want to in my goal is every city that I go to or whatever.
Collect some new people to come back.
Collect some new people to come back, but I also want to document either the Latin or Hispanic culture and Black culture in each city.
Dude, that's really cool.
And so like figure out what that scene is like in London and document that. Bring those artists or whoever the fuck. Be like, yo, I got some people in Grand Rapids. I got the 7th. I got Juice. I got whoever. I got Kirk. You know what I'm saying? The
I
guy,
mean, I'm
like,
neither Black nor Hispanic, but I'm down.
But it's like it's more or less like bring all of that shit,
yeah,
and then bring it back here, and then after shit is like up at some point, and I'm not done with the shit, but I'm like done with like
the
when I'm done with America in general, I want to move to like Scotland or some shit. I don't even know why I want to move to Scotland, but like because you don't hear people say like. I don't think
you want to move to Scotland. Though.
No,
I'm a Scot.
I mean, I think I want to just because like
you're gonna have a hard time finding Black and Hispanic stories there.
That's fine. At that point, I'm not. Like, I'm just chilling. I got a dog. I got a cigar.
Be, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, I'm telling you, like I like really want to like just be in a spot where I can just sit and just be just quiet. Like I like the city.
Let's talk about this.
I like the city.
Let's talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no,
but let me
good.
just interject a little bit.
No, you're good.
So you're an outgoing person.
Yeah.
But you do. I can see it in your work. That you have a really heavy introspection level to yourself too.
Yeah.
And so now that of course just came to fruition when you said that your goal is to move to Scotland and live in the middle of a field
or whatever the fuck.
By yourself.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that has a field.
You also mentioned your friend from Mother Nature, I forget, Clev.
Yeah, Clever, yeah.
Clev. You mentioned that you two like to talk about personal development, things like that. So what kind of explain in a nutshell.
Yeah.
This is difficult, so do what you got to do to get there. If you get to the end of a sentence and you feel like you kind of like butchered it, just say it again, and I'll put together the best takes. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's the beauty of not doing a live show, right?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you though, like, give me some lessons that you've learned from just your experience. Like, give a nutshell what your experience was as a Black Mexican kid in Grand Rapids, right?
Yeah.
And how that developed you into whatever you were when you were 18, 19, when you and I met, and then talk about where you've come since then, because you were an immature little kid then, just because you were. I was an immature kid. I was 30 then when I met
you. Growing up here, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's like a lot of there's a shit ton of backstory, but mother's adopted into a white family. I went to private school.
Yeah, so you kind of already have like a ethnically diverse or kind of whiteified background a little bit.
Whiteified background for sure. Shout out to the Dutch folks, you know what I'm saying?
I don't mean that disrespectfully.
No, not at all. You know what I'm saying? But like, who's to fucking say that, I mean, like at that point I was just like, I went to a private school, then to public school, and that was a huge switch, and like you kind of like you kind of see things differently, like
yeah.
At that age of like growing up here, it was like, all right, I get looked down upon a lot because I don't know Spanish, which is whatever. Like you grow to love it or you grow to hate it. Like at that point, not the language, but like the expectation.
Yeah.
And one would say that you're not Black enough, you're not
right
Hispanic enough, or whatever.
You're a tweener.
You know what I'm saying? You're just like, I hung out with white kids a lot. You know what I mean? Because that's what I knew for so long. I'm not saying that I didn't have. I have family that are also Black and Mexican,
of course,
and I have that family. You know what I'm saying? But like also like we all three to five of us lived in different perspective homes. You know what I'm saying? Like I lived with my mother. My dad was married to a white woman. You know what I'm saying? And my cousins have, I'm sorry, I'm putting my family out there, but like, my cousins have two different dads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my other cousins, who are technically my god brother and sister, have two Hispanic parents. You got Puerto Rican, Mexican, and you got Italian, Mexican, and all that shit.
It's this huge amount of diversity and exposure within your family.
Within my family, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we really didn't have like a tug of war situation as a kid. It kind of got that point during like high school, like 18, like from like 15 to 18.
More because of the expectations of their friends or
more
the
of the
expectations
of friends and shit like that. I didn't start swearing until like I was like in 4th grade because I went to public school and everyone was swearing. And I was like, holy shit, we can talk like this. We can talk like this.
You're not gonna get like slapped on the
I'm not
head.
gonna slap in the head. I bet, you know, like, but like I never like. There's one time that I only talked to my mother, but like that way.
The last time.
This is the last time. Never happened again. You know, I got my ass beat.
You don't fuck with Rue.
No, you don't fuck with Rue. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't fuck with Miss Rue at all. Period. She may be 52, but
she's dope as hell.
She'll fuck you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, like from those 3 stages of obviously. I am a lot different and a lot more mature than I was even 2 years ago.
Of course, you have to be.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, like I'm now learning and understanding that most of the things that come to you, whether it be business relationship or just creatively or anything, you just kind of have to sit back and not like fully wait, but like you have to just like wait for things to come to you, and then you have to and once it hits you,
you gotta hit it.
You can't
sleep on it.
You can't sleep on it. And I've lost a couple opportunities of doing that. You know, like
such a fine line, because if it's patience that got you there, how do you know it's time?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a huge fine line. I mean, like I told myself years ago that I was gonna shoot with this artist. His name is Mick Jenkins, and for some reason, I decided to go to Chicago for a week or whatever. So I stayed at an Airbnb for a few days, and then I stayed at my friend Chris's house for the last 3. Mm-hmm. And you know, I had some shoots lined up, met good people, met up with good people. Shout out to, I'm just gonna say it right now, shout out to Kid from Pilsen, shout out to Haley, shout out to Anthony, shout out to all those people. These are all good creatives, and
they're all invited to come talk about their shit on the show. Like, man. Yeah.
I'll let them know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it'd be fun. We could do a whole. Everyone come up here and
that'd be amazing. You know what I mean? These are all like good people that I met in Pilsen. And shout out to my nigga Zach.
This is why you want to move. This is why you want to move to Pilsen. You're moving to Pilsen.
I'm moving to Pilsen.
Do you already know that?
It's either Pilsen or Little Village, dude.
You gotta start finding a place.
Sorry, I just said your government name, bro. You can cut that out. You know what I mean? But like, shout out to Slime. You know what I mean? Like, and I told myself before I left,
it's not Zach. It's Slime.
It's Slime. Clear. Just Slime. We don't know who's Zach. No, I'm just kidding. But like, shout out to bro. You know, like. I hit up people, like, before I go somewhere, even if it's new or old or whatever, I hit them up in, like, a couple weeks in advance. Just let them know I'm coming in town, let's shoot. You know, let's connect, let's work, you know. I told myself before, like, the night before, because I take the train, nice little 4-hour train ride.
Talk about good opportunities for pictures and stuff, too.
I'm asleep the whole time. But, like, but it is a good opportunity to see some shit, you know, see the sunrise and everything.
Yeah.
I did, I told myself it was going to be, I don't care what happens, it's going to be a great week in Chicago. It's always a good time, but it's going to be a great week in Chicago. You know, so I had to shoot with Haley. I had to shoot with, I met up with my friend Chan. I walked around the city with Anthony, met Kid, great, amazing kid, by the way. Like, he goes by Kid, but
he's also a good kid.
He's like 19, 20, like not even 20 yet, and is doing amazing things with his work. Great. Just documenting everything that's going on in Chicago right now. Like, cool. He's amazing. And then shot with the homie Slime, and it was like one of those days where it was kind of like that was a day where it was like a back-to-back shoot. And he was like, bro, what do you want to do? Like, you want to shoot, or like where you want to go? I was like, yeah, bro, you just kick it, you know what I mean? like, you know, talk about some shit, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third. He just got merch in too for his show that he he just put out new/old episodes because it's just stockpiled, called Slime's Broke Ass Low Budget Show. Fucking great.
Is it on YouTube or on the podcast?
It's on YouTube.
Oh,
it's on YouTube. It's fucking amazing.
We'll link it.
We'll link it. Fuck it. Like, Slime's Broke Ass Low Budget Show. Like, and I was like I was a fan of his before I even met him.
Slabs?
Slime.
No, Slime's low. Oh, Slime's low budget.
Slime's Broke Ass Low Budget Show.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
almost slabs.
it's almost-
Sblabs.
Sblabs.
Spulbs.
Smolbs. You know what I mean? So like,
Oh.
and it's just him interviewing his friends, his musician friends, like Smino, Mick Jenkins, Kari, just a bunch of artists, a bunch of artists and creative people just kicking it. Yeah. It's amazing. It's dope. So, his friend Mick, who is who's an artist from Chicago, I'm a huge fan of, and like, it was just something was in the air. You know what I mean? Like, I was supposed to leave Friday, and I was just like, I was doing the dishes at my friend's house, phone's in the other room, and I'm like listening to music in the kitchen and whatnot. And I was like, yo, I should go check my phone. Check my phone, answer some texts, you know what I'm saying, to this and the third. And I get a DM from Mick. And I was like, I look at my phone. I'm just like, I'm looking at my shit. I'm just like, yo, I need your services on Sunday if you're available. I'm like, wait, hold up.
And that was the guy that you wanted.
This is the guy I wanted to shoot.
Mick Jenkins.
Mick Jenkins, yeah. Great artist, great human. He taught me a lot through his music, you know what I mean? And like, I've gotten like my fan situations out of the way before this point. Met him one time at a no, this wasn't even pop-up, it was an anniversary for a shop. Fat Tiger Workshop. They had like the 3-year anniversary. I met him there. I kind of introduced myself into it.
Yeah,
I was just like,
you still gotta make things happen.
You know what I mean? And I met a lot of good people. I met like a lot of good people that night too. Like, just like, that's like the reason why I want to go to Chicago. It's like every day
you're always up.
You meet somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, just some people, you know what I mean? Just some people you just gravitate towards,
right,
you know?
Right.
So I was like, oh shit. After what? Years of emailing his company, is like management, years of DMing him, not even like DMing him, but just like tagging him into shit, right? And like all that stuff. I was like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, I was supposed to leave Friday. I mean, I was supposed to leave today, but I can push my shit back.
Yeah. For you, anything.
Yeah, I mean, and
because in reality, you'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm there." But yeah, kind of cool though.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck yeah, dog!" Like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know. Showed my friend. I showed my friend Chris the shit, and I was like, bro, like, and I literally went to the ground. I was just like, holy shit. He was like, bro, like, you're really shooting. You know, you're gonna shoot with Mick Jenkins. I was like, yeah. I don't know what, but like, yeah.
Who fucking cares?
This is wedding. I don't do weddings. And I don't like. I dislike him, but like, I talked, like, he was like, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna let you know it's for a wedding. Blase, right? It's my wedding, and so he called me, asked if I did weddings, and I told him no. But I mean,
you can treat it like a document.
I know the fundamentals. I know how to I know what really needs to be captured. This, that, and the third, and it's a backyard wedding. It's cool.
It's gonna be a little chill anyway. Yeah.
Chill anyway. It's like 9 people. You know, and like, so that happened, and I was just like, wow, okay, bet. I mean, tight. Like, earlier that week too, I ran into my friend. My friend wanted me to help him with some stuff. His name is Alex Tolis. He's a phenomenal creative in general. He wanted me to help him, like, just do behind the scenes stuff for this other video for Alex Wiley. And that turned into that. But like, the reason why I got to shoot the wedding is because Slime told him, like, showed him my work, and hearing someone that you admire so much admiring my work and telling me that, like, your work, like I like your work because you know how to edit skin tones, and like really like critiquing my work. It's like, on a technical level, it's like,
you put some time into thinking about me.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, and I told him, I told him on his way, like the day he picked me up, I was like, hey man, so like when we like, I didn't want to be like a fan, like, off top, obviously, because it's like, it's his wedding day and whatnot. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna say this right here, right now. And he's like, what's up? And I was like, you're like one of my top people to photograph in life, like, whatever, like, and it's crazy that I'm here
at your wedding,
the most personal shit, and the most personal shit that I can ever be. It's your fucking wedding.
Did that give you an enormous amount of confidence? It should have.
I mean, I was very humbled a little bit.
No,
like,
humbled
I mean,
too,
like,
but like, you
confidence, yes, for sure.
There's some element of that you're humble. You are humble.
Yeah, I try to be anyway. There's times where I got moments.
Well, no, of course, but what gets mixed up in the humility teachings?
Yeah,
because we're taught to be humble, right?
Right.
Your mom, I can guarantee you, the reason that you can't swear in front of her is because she wants you to be humble.
No, I swear in front of her a lot.
Well, or to her.
Yeah, I don't swear to her.
Like it's about humility. But what gets wrapped up in humility a lot of times is this thought that you're not actually good enough to be part of the group,
right?
And the reality is you fucking are.
Yeah,
I fucking am. You are.
Yeah,
like you quit waiting. Like you gotta be patient, but like if you're thinking about wanting to do something but you think that it's not in the cards, because none of these people that have made it,
I never
thought they could make it either.
Right. I never thought that I was never gonna be like in a room with this person. I never thought that. I was like, one day, just because.
Well, yeah, but you thought it was gonna take all this work and time and all these avenues.
Other like time. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I was supposed to meet up with his cousin that week, and he was supposed to shoot that wedding, but he couldn't.
And he couldn't meet you.
And I couldn't meet him because I was just too busy. Oh. You know what I mean? But like he dropped out.
You got to be in the right spot at the right time.
And that's literally, I was just like, well, so I called when I worked at Logan's. I called Logan's. I was like, look, I called my manager. I was like, look, so I have this opportunity, and I'm not saying no.
Yeah, it's a stakeout, so you can fire me if you want.
Like, I'm not coming in on Sunday or Saturday. I'm not coming in. Like I love you guys, but like I just need you guys to understand, like, this is something that's more important than this. So
and
like,
were they cool?
And yeah, they were fine with it. They were perfectly fine with it. You know what I'm saying? So like that put me into a different like mindset of like, all right. And like before I left, he was like, let's work. We'll work maybe. We'll see. You know what I mean? Like
that's an invite though.
It's an invite at that point. So like, I mean, like there's like moments where like I do want to hit him up and ask him like certain questions. The other day, me and him were talking about NFTs, like non-fungible tokens. Like,
what the fuck is a non-fungible token?
Dude, it's like it's some fucking
Bitcoin?
It's like Bitcoin shit. Yeah, but it's like art.
Oh,
you know what I mean? This situation, it was about art. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you can, it's some technical shit that I'm not even gonna talk about but like I just asked him about it and I was just like, yo, what is that? And then he got into the conversation of it. Still gotta talk. I still want to know a little bit more. So I'm probably gonna talk to him at some point.
But he's a Chicago-based guy.
Chicago-based.
So it's just gonna make better sense to really reach out to him once you're established there a little bit, so you can just make it happen quicker.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? 100%. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, like, I think.
Wait a minute. Were you happy with the way the wedding shots turned out? Was he happy?
Dude, yes. Like I turned those joints around 24 hours.
Yeah, you don't fuck around.
Dude, I don't, bro. I gave him.
Oh shit, I forgot. Oh, you accidentally like forgot to load film or something.
Right.
You
know what
missed
I mean?
the whole
like,
thing.
Just the whole thing. You know what I mean? So like, I shot digital and film that day. So it was like, the thing is that as soon as I got back to my friend's house, uploaded those joints, got food, came back, sent them like 10 photos because they're doing a dinner and I didn't want to like bombard them with all of the shit. And I was like, here's like 10, and I sent them a folder. I was like, here's 10. I'll get you these like tomorrow or some shit.
Just like can post it or whatever.
Yeah, because like the next day, I wasn't leaving Monday until like 4:00 because my friend was actually going back here to Grand Rapids.
So you hitched a ride, yeah.
So I hitched a ride because I was supposed to just take the train.
Yeah.
But obviously I had other things to do, so I didn't do it. So I mean, you know what I mean? So like he was like, yeah, I could take you home. I was like, bet. So him and his girl brought me back to my house. Well, brought us back here to Grand Rapids, and I sent it to him like probably like noon or 3:00 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Afternoon, because I like woke up,
like
started editing. I was like, here you go, boom.
But what was the mindset change that happened out of that?
It was more or less like, it was like not even like you got the juice, but it's just like more or less like you have something that people gravitate towards.
It's translating. What you're seeing in your eye is appealing to other people. Like people that are discerning artistically too.
Yes. You know what I mean? So it's like that was like the transition of like my mindset. And so ever since that day.
When we talking, when was that?
I want to say September.
Of 20?
Yeah, September 20.
Of 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
Oh, so we're still in the glow up right now.
Yeah.
Dude, you should, man, your work is awesome.
Yeah. So like it was literally last year. And it was like, it's just something about it. And like, I even told my ex about it. Like, we didn't end things on bad terms.
Not like in a 90.
No. But I was like, yo, you were here for all of that talk. I want to let you know.
Yeah, I manifested this shit.
I manifested this shit, and this shit, like, I got to shoot with Mick Jenkins. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not even a shoot. It was his wedding, dude.
I would say it's a shoot to me.
Well, I know, but it's like cooler. It's more intimate. It's
I say shoot.
I know you say shoot, but you don't want to be known as the wedding guy. But like, it's still pretty dope that he opened himself, his life up to you.
Yeah.
A guy took a chance on a guy that he just liked his work. That's to me a bigger compliment.
It's a very big compliment. Yeah. And I was like, I told him straight up, I don't do weddings. And ever since then, though, I did 2 other weddings.
Well, I love weddings. If you're listening, hit him up. Big wedding guy.
I fucking hate weddings. I hate weddings so much. I mean, it's not even. I like the aspect of weddings. I give a lot of homage or whatever the fuck respect. I guess to wedding photographers.
Yeah.
Cause geez, oh my god.
Oh, the person you're dealing with people that it's like their special. A lot of cases, it's their special day, and they've been thinking about exactly how it's going to look their whole life, and it's not really going to look that way. And now it's the photographer's fault.
It's not even that, man. It's just like spending a whole day with people you don't even know really.
They're all drunk.
They're all drunk and shit. But like the last 2 weddings that I did, I was a second shoot for one, and then it was my other friend's wedding, who's like one of my tattoo artists, and she was getting married. And I told her before, I was like, whenever you get married, I got you. You know,
because you also knew that it was what it was going to be.
Yeah,
like. You weren't walking into some blind shit.
Nah, you know what I mean, because it's like, you know, like it was a fucking flannel wedding in her backyard. And I was like, it was rocking flannels. There's some country motherfuckers in Rockford. I was like, this is fucking funny as hell.
Long way from Mick Jenkins.
Yeah, long way. You know what I'm saying? I went from there to there. I was like, I bet, you know, which is cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I loved it because like
because your friend.
Because it's like family, man. Like she's known me since I was like.
I saw the Systems one. I like that.
Systems one. That was a stick and poke. You know, that was a stick and poke from Jasmine. Shout out Jasmine.
Stick and pokes are kind of the thing now.
They are, but they're also, once you get like work done from a shop, and then you tell your friends at a shop that you get a stick and poke, they give you a different look.
Unless you're locked up for it.
Yeah, it's just like, really, like you did a stick. Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But also,
I'm not though.
So you got another one behind my ear.
I didn't give you exclusivity to my body when I got my tattoo with you.
You know what I'm saying? But like I like, honest to goodness, is one of my favorite shops in the city. Stephanie, Tiffany, everyone that works there.
What is it?
Honest to goodness.
Oh, it's called Honest to Goodness.
Yeah, Honest to Goodness Tattoos. Stephanie.
Is that where you'd recommend? Or Jess and I are getting some?
Dude, yes. Stephanie, Tiffany, Kaylin, who I did the wedding for, and now my man Jay, East Town Jay, that's my guy. He's an apprentice there, and I've known him for a minute too. Big in the art scene. He knows the same people that me and you know, basically.
Right.
But like, all of my tattoos have been done by women. I've never been tattooed by a man. I don't know why, but I just haven't.
You must be it's working.
It's great. Like, they all have great work, man. Like, I have fucking Darth Vader on my middle finger, and that shit came out.
That's
nice.
Small. That's a small. Yeah. Put it up on the
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that right
hilarious.
There is fucking hilarious.
I like that tattoo.
It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? But like, Kaylin has done. I've known Kaylin since I was 18. I've known Stephanie since I was 18. I've known them all since I was.
So you like the long-term community building relationship part. Your mission is kind of forming up to be, you're gonna travel around, document your own personal heritage in different places, which I think is that's an awesome idea, dude.
Yeah, it's
great. I think make that happen.
It's great.
And then the key part, at least for me especially, is making sure that you keep Grand Rapids in your heart and maybe even in your address, long term.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome to see. I think you're proof positive that manifestation, and even if you're not believing whatever you believe, if you think it's prayer or whatever it is, if you put work and energy and patience and love and authenticity into something, things will happen for you. Yeah. Answer your phone though. You know, like if you wouldn't have gone and checked your phone, you would have missed that opportunity.
Right, definitely.
And so, of course, most people have their phone, including myself, all the time.
Right, no.
But you're still doing a lot of stuff that isn't really related to your mission on your phone.
Yeah, definitely.
Stay focused on the mission and shit will happen, man. So like, I'm so excited to see you. I'm excited to go and follow you around here in the coming weeks for the show. And then I'm excited to see what happens in the coming years, dude. I can see it. You got a big future, man.
27,
it's cool,
man. 27, and I'm just trying to grab an Apple bag. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to.
There's plenty of them around, man.
I'm just trying. Like, low key, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, Apple would be fire. Apple would be a fire client. I ain't gonna lie. But like, also at the same time, Will it? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I'm down to do something for Apple for sure. But like I'm down to do something for fucking Stussy. I'm down to do something for fucking Born and Raised. These are like two clothing brands. You know what I'm saying? But like
it's kind of like Oakley surfer kind of.
I love Stussy.
Skater stuff.
Skater shit. Yeah, skater shit from Berlin.
Yeah,
fucking love Stussy, bro. Stussy, fucking like Pop Trading Company, which is I think another brand overseas.
Just ended.
Nice.
No, so definitely. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
That was dope.
I'm gonna go hard if I want. I might just do what I please. Never had no time to front. Fuck around and do this with ease. Step on the scene and they see me. I know that they wanna beat me. Hey, they think that they can just beat me. Hey, I swear that they must be dreaming.
Go hard if I want. I might just do what I please. Never had no time to front. Fuck around and do this with ease. Step on the scene and they see me. I know that they wanna beat me. They think that they can just beat me. I swear that they must be dreaming.
Thank you.